Happy Monday, folks. Welcome to The Laughing Empress, Chapter 10, Raven and Fae. Let's dive in. Supper was some sort of fish stew. Philothea helped Raven prepare by setting the table. Zoe hopped back and forth trying to straighten spoons with her beak. Philothea supposed it was making her feel helpful. Unfortunately, there wasn't much more Zoe could do in her current state. Polly perched on the back of one of the chairs next to Faye, regarding her suspiciously. "You are a naughty bird," he accused. "I am a good girl," Faye objected. "You are a naughty little bird. Go back in your little cage, you tiny thing." Polly's head inflated at this insult. He released several irritated screeches, then fluttered up, landed on Faye's head, and sang, "Polly is a giant bird, the biggest of them all. Polly is the bird supreme, he is so very tall." Faye remained calm and responded with a good-natured, "Ho, ho, ho, you say so, little one." Philothea put a bowl down for Zoe. Even though she was a bird, she thought she'd at least like to be treated like a human. "Don't forget the other two," Raven said, handing Philothea two more bowls. For a second, Philothea thought that Raven was mocking her for setting a place for Zoe, but she seemed completely serious. So Philothea set a bowl for the two birds also. Raven had busied herself slicing up bread and was regarding Philothea quizzically as she worked. Philothea could feel Raven's gaze boring into her, studying her. It was deeply uncomfortable. After what seemed like forever, they all sat, or perched, at the table. It took all of Philothea's strength not to instantly drain her bowl. She didn't normally like fish stew, or anything fishy for that matter, but under the circumstances it was divine. "Now, since I've been good enough to keep you alive," Raven said, "I expect you to return the favor by answering some questions for me." "Not killing us is a favor," Zoe remarked. Raven ignored this and kept her gaze on Philothea. "You're part Fae, aren't you?" Philothea froze. "How did you know?" "Because I've only ever felt power like yours once, and it was when I was near another half-Fae." She took a sip of water. "Lucky for me, you have no idea how to use it." With some food in her stomach, Philothea was starting to feel better. Her head cleared, her anxiety subsided. She also got the distinct impression that Raven's threats were empty. Her instincts were telling her that, despite Raven's words, she was very kind-hearted. Here was a woman who could offer Philothea a window into the world of the Fae. Threats or no threats, she was going to take advantage of this opportunity. "What's it like being a Fae?" she blurted. Raven frowned and raised a quizzical eyebrow. "That is the rudest question I've ever heard," she replied. "Do you see me going around asking that bird of yours what it's like being a starling, or asking that other bird of yours what it's like being a human?" "Wait, you know I'm a human?" Zoe asked. "Of course you're a human," Raven answered. "You talk like a human, you reason like a human. I'm guessing your little friend here," she motioned to Philothea, "was experimenting with her powers, and that's how you got stuck in that form." "Can you turn me back?" Zoe asked hopefully. "Yes," Raven answered. Zoe looked at Raven expectantly, but the latter had turned her attention back to Philothea. "So, you don't know your parents," she guessed. "Raised in an orphanage, probably." "Yes, I was left at the temple as an infant," Philothea explained. "I didn't know I was a Fae until—" "Zeno came looking for you," Raven answered. "You know an awful lot for someone who doesn't talk to other people," Zoe pointed out. "I said I don't like other people," Raven corrected. "Not that I don't talk to them. I'm also pretty good at filling in missing information. Now, I can't imagine Zeno tolerating the existence of another half-Fae. If he knew about you, he would most certainly hunt you down." "Zeno is half-Fae?" Philothea exclaimed. "Yes, and unlike you, he actually knows how to use his power," Raven added. She dropped her spoon into her empty bowl and stretched. "It really would be best for everyone if I just kill you before you figure that out." "You naughty thing!" Polly said. "Don't kill the princess!" Raven looked at Polly. "Maybe I'll just hand her over to Zeno and let him do it for me. I'm sure I'd be handsomely rewarded." Philothea tensed. "I'm sure my mother would reward you if you helped me find her instead." Raven withdrew a pipe from her pocket and grinned. Your mother is only a fae. She wouldn't last a second against Zeno. Wait a moment, Philothea blurted. But Zeno's only half fae, how? If you breed a lion and a tiger, Raven interrupted, the resulting cubs are bigger and more powerful than either of the parents. The child of a human and a fae is not half as strong as either, but twice as strong as both. Raven held her thumb and forefinger together, allowing a tiny flame to erupt between them. Then she used this to light her pipe. Zoe chirped. Sorry to change the subject, but you said you could turn me back? Yes, I can, Raven interrupted. Then looking at Philothea, she continued. I'm a lot of things, little one, but I am not dishonest. I, like you, am only trying to survive. If I let you go and Zeno finds out, he'll kill me. If he doesn't, my own king certainly will find out and kill me. Why? Philothea pressed. He finds half-faith threatening, Raven shrugged. And after what Zeno's become, I can't say I blame him. She sighed. The way I see it, I have three options. I can kill you myself and then pretend I never saw you, but then I'd have to kill your bird friends also to keep them quiet, and I don't want to do that. She stroked Faye. I like birds, you see. You're a sweet girl, Faye replied, puffing her head affectionately. Oh, thank you, Faye. You're a sweet girl, too. Raven kissed her and then looked back at Philothea. I could also take you to Zeno, and maybe he'd let me keep your birds in exchange. Or I could give you to my own king and let him decide what to do. In all three scenarios, the outcome for you is the same. She frowned. So, little one, what would you have me do? Philothea regarded Raven thoughtfully. Her instincts about her were right. She didn't want to harm her. She just didn't see a way around it. Can't you just let us go and pretend you never saw us? Zoe asked. No. If Zeno found out I let a half-fae go, it would be the end of me. Philothea fingered the ring in her pocket. She felt her heart pounding in her chest. She had an idea, but, well, it was crazy. She couldn't, but she sort of felt like she could. An unfamiliar confidence began to form deep within her. Holy Creator, what do I do? She prayed. Is this feeling coming from you? Then, for reasons that were utterly beyond her, she blurted, You could train me, and then I'll protect you. Raven burst out laughing. Zoe snapped her sharp beak in Philothea's direction, alarmed. Philothea was also surprised. What was she thinking? Could she really make such a promise? Zeno wants to kill me because there's a prophecy that I will defeat him, Philothea insisted. If that happens, don't you want to be on my side? Raven grinned, leaned forward, and laced her fingers on the table in front of her. A sweet little girl like you making threats? Philothea turned bright red. She hadn't meant it as a threat. Did it sound threatening? Embarrassment burned her cheeks. Oh, I didn't mean it that way, she stuttered. I'd never hurt anyone. I'd rather be killed than killed. The amusement on Raven's face increased tenfold. I believe you. Leads me to wonder how you're going to overthrow Zeno. She laughed again. Sorry, I'm just picturing you trying to kindly convince him to give up his evil ways. Look, I don't need to kill anyone, Philothea insisted. Well, if I am as powerful as you say, then I'll find some way to protect you. I just need someone to train me, that's all. Raven drummed her fingers on the table as she regarded Philothea. She sighed. I'll tell you what. I won't kill you today. Tomorrow, she shrugged. Maybe I'll train you, maybe I'll kill you. I suppose it depends on how grumpy I am in the morning. Philothea smiled, confident her instincts were correct. Raven was not going to hurt her. Now that that's decided, will you turn me back? Zoe asked. Raven ignored her. Help me clean up, will you? She asked Philothea. We should all get some sleep because, whether I kill you or train you, tomorrow is going to be a busy day. That's the end of chapter 10. I'll see you next week for chapter 11.